Alright, I'm here. What's up, everyone? Donba, thank you so much for the resub. I appreciate it so much. You are now on, you are now a baker in my channel. My chiseled abs, yeah, the ones I've never had. Right. You are number one, Donba. Okay, so... This is... Alright, we're here with Agricola. It's EIK WM France G4567 Donba G8 Challenge, Donba's G8 Collection 2 out of 7, and Draft 10. Okay. Trailblazer's good. Patroness is probably the best here. Village Lady's okay. Oriental Traveler's fine. Ranch Overseer looks interesting. Patroness, 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 Patroness. I hear Patroness. Farmhand Stable Deliveryman's really fun. I should consider blocking it on the way back. Oh, Barn Master with the other thingy looks fun. The stable to do stuff. Can you rate Oriental Traveler? Maybe one notch below Reed Collector. It's probably average in a normal set. In a G8 set, you know, Reed Collector's not very good. Well, it's your G8, Donba, so I don't know what to tell you about this Grazer thing. I'm guessing it's not actually the word Grazer because Gray made it, and... yeah, I don't know. Berry Farmer's pretty strong, right? Veterinary Intern could be okay. Or should I just take Barn Master? No, Barn Master is harder to pull off. Furrier I don't think works too well for me. Wealthy Woman, no evidence yet that I'm having a ton of crops. Best Friend could be good. Alright, what is this stuff? This is an Oxmund card. Whenever you convert boar to food during the feeding phase, you receive 2 wood. Oh, Basin Maker's Son. Holy crap. This is one of Payne's 350,000 point cards. Twice each round makes... Well, Donba, I think the timing of it's really bad. Because the cattle don't breed, most likely, if you're going to get the full payout. A cattle to 3 grain or 1 veg and a sheep for a boar. Man, I want these 2. That sounds ridiculous. I really don't like this kind of card. I really don't like this kind of card either. I think it's bad for the game. Cloister Brewer, no. Miser could be okay. Rooftopper's probably okay. I think I take Little Prince here because there was Burger Flipper. Oh, Dairy Crier. Ooh. Lots of stable building support. Okay, so Little Prince says... well, I guess Little Prince isn't itself a problem. Little Prince itself is not a problem. Little Prince combined with 5 ways to get cows by stage 3, that's bad. Basin Maker's Son, just throwing wood into the... I already think Bone Collector is undervalued by a decent amount. And Basin Maker's Son is a specific Bone Collector on crack. So, sorry for the accidental drug reference. It's not my brand, I'm sorry. Whenever you play an Ock, place clay on the next 2 rounds. That's interesting. I mean, Farm Overseer is really interesting here. Stable and a miner is kind of fun, but not that good. Okay, so I don't think I'm taking Dairy Crier. I could take Oven Admirer with no real reason right now. Yeah, and well, but I think the reason might be there was too many cows in G6. Same reason why the save 3 stone if you have 4 cows or whatever it was card is bad. I think we just need less early cows. So because there are so many stables in this draft, I'm going to take Farm Overseer here. Clay Buyer could have been really nice. Seems pretty easy here to take Stable Deliveryman. Hoping for Burger Flipper, but don't get it. Marushka's drafting right in front of me, so that's fun. Well, yeah, Acquirer is a problem. Yeah. It is a fun card on its own, but it doesn't belong in bigger collections, I guess. Veterinary, I don't think I'll be wanting to go on day labor much. So I don't need to juice it for myself. I mean, think about stuff like Clay Pit and Quarry. How many times do you actually get the stuff off those? It's not much, and it's usually late. And it's still powerful that way. You basically need to have the effect of an action you would otherwise take to make day labor worth doing early and a lot. That's something I've learned from AG2, actually. Yeah, the Prince definitely wants Furrier because it can convert the cows to grain immediately. Yeah, it's probably the right pick. So there's a problem here in that I'm looking at playing, what is it, 4 Ox by a very early point in the game. It goes, well, here's the thing, Enwall. Nobody plays Clay Seller and Animal Buyer early. Or, in my opinion, nobody should. And Animal Breeder early is rarely done. Yeah, Furrier is... Yeah, Furrier is okay. I don't... If I said otherwise, I apologize, but I don't think I did. None of these are amazing. This is actually the last pick. Champion of the Hunt gives you 6 food and a pig. It's also an early Ock. I mean, which of these Ox do I not want to play early? Farm Overseer? Like, I really need a writing desk, basically. I would really like a late Ock, but none of these are late. Champion of the Hunt is like latest round 7. I don't really want to be playing Ox and not growing. I don't have the kind of game that supports that. I still need a fairly early room. Stockbroker, well, yeah, I mean, I want to throw Stockbroker into a fire, but that's me. None of these are good for me. I mean, I'll take Champion of the Hunt, not expecting to play it, or I could play Cloister Brewer for the Patroness resource and some food. People have had a problem with Stone Debt in the Create a Card. Oh, it added the 1 prerequisite so you don't read Stone Food into SP. I mean, it's painful, but I think it's just a thing that happens in the game. I also think that playing this kind of miner on SP is wrong in round 1. Okay, so what do we have here? We have Pumpkin Seed Press if I have vegetables, but not really. Lean Too Stable, no, but I wish I knew about it. Transaction, no. Night Bazaar, no. Costermongers, no. It's probably just downsizing. Yeah, I could Patroness and start player Stone Debt. Lean to and forget about stable delivery. That's actually not a bad idea at all, Midi. Downsizing I still think is the pick. Because it's just so good, and it gives me a reason to go to 4 rooms or whatever. Oh look, another reason to go to 4 rooms. Okay. Patroness Reed, Stone Axe, that looks good. That looks good. Pelican is funny. I think that's a funny idea. And yeah, I like that card. That's a good card design. Bouquet I won't be playing for obvious reasons. Cornrick would be amazing to get back, maybe, but do I even have time to do it? Vrishka, don't destroy it. Well, I mean, you didn't have to pass the axe, right? Ox Team. Read to 4 woods, good. 3 ox. What does this say? When you sow, this is a grain field. Whenever you harvest, they become 2 food each. Okay, that's not great, but it's okay. Seed bag. I am confused. Hey, look, creator, you're here. This needs clarification. What if you sow grain and vegetables at the same time? Do you get to add 2 grain and 2 veg for 1 food if you sow grain and veg together? Because that's how I read it. Okay, so it needs to be reworded. Because there's the combination of doing grain and veg together. One wood on the next 4 round. Yeah, I mean, that's good, but it ain't Ox Team. The path is good for me. So is Ox Team. I remember that I was in the comments for this one. Barren Field's not that bad. Iron Pot's a stone for a point. Could take Stone Cart. I think I have more stone than everyone, as far as I've seen. Barren Field was not a bad pick either. Okay, now I think I can take Lean to Stable. Yeah, of course I took Ox Team. I mean, how many early cows are going to be in this G8 game? A lot. Burger Flipper's in the game. So, I mean, it's it's crazy that it made it to third pick anyway. Like, passing it for a fourth pick in a G8 game seems like the worst idea. Lean-to Stable's going to be nice, though I already have Axe and Stonecart I would like to play early. I could play Lean-to instead of Stonecart. These miners are actually quite underwhelming for how many Ox I want to play. Right, Donba. Stone Debt seems like a better deal for what I have in my hand. But that relies a lot on getting my Ox out early. Furrier also doesn't trigger on your own cooking improvements like Charky would. So you do have to depend on other people, like not baking. Also, if I play Lean-to Stable, I can wait on Stable Deliverman until round 9 and still get my 4 stables. So, Midi, I agree that's the idea, but how many turns do I actually have to take wood? I don't think it's as many as you think. I'm going to take Stone Debt. I'm going to force Furrier and Stable Deliverman, I think. And depending on how things look, I'll either force Little Prince out when another cooking improvement looks to be played, or play Berry Farmer. Farm Overseer is coming late. I think that's the right plan. Friendly Pastures is kind of funny. Ox Skull. Ox Skull. With Little Prince in hand, I think Ox Skull is going to be really nice. It's at least very cute, if nothing else. Honeymoon's not bad, especially if I'm going Nur. Friendly Pastures is actually usable. Simple Evan's not a bad take here. The mechanic is cute. The Ox Skull, you know, that's up to one's own interpretation. Horse combos with Ox Skull. Hey, look, I'm going to get 5 points for turning all my cows to 3 grain each. And I'm second. Oh, that's not the text box. Marushka leads off with Trailblazer. It's a good way to play Cornrick. Sheep round 1, I have too many ox. Two clay, I hope Marushka takes. But I don't know if I take 2 wood or play Stone Debt. Playing Stone Debt seems pretty good for... Yeah, I'm going to play Stone Debt if Marushka takes the... Well, I think no matter what, actually, because I don't really want the 2 clay. I want to be Furrier. Imagine a cater this game. Yeah. Imagined. Hmm. Yeah, berry farmer. I'd be snapping that up so fast. I might be playing berry. No, well, going first in round 2 means that I want 1 Ock and Reedstone Food or 2 Reed, and then next round I can go for berry and wood. Reedstone Food is just 1 food better for me, because Patronus gives me flexibility, and now I'll just take Reed on Patronus. Typically, I would expect to get expensive Ock back here, but obviously 2 Reed is great. Oriental Traveler for Field Watchman, okay. That would do work with a cater as well. Yeah. Maybe there's more than I realized. I just never think about a cater. I only try to think about, like, food payout cards as, are they good this game? AQW takes 3 wood, so I'm gonna have 2 Reader expensive Ock. Hill Farmer, that's fun. 2 Reed, also fun. There, just removed it. Okay. Hill Farmer Trailblazer, that's nice. Good reason to not, well, one of the many good reasons to not activate Trailblazer immediately. Marushka could take a grain here, maybe? I would assume he's starting with Cornrick next round. Oh, Field Watchman didn't start player, went for 2 wood. Wormbait on start player. I assume it's just free. There's not too many other immediate reasons I can think of for that. Marushka, if Marushka takes 2 clay, my Furrier's kind of dead, honestly. Marushka does take the grain, though, which makes a lot of sense. His first action could even be so... Or maybe just start player, first action. AQ starts off with Reedstone Food this round. I'm gonna play Furrier first action. Oh-ho! Tricky Marushka here. Hello, Rilo. Welcome. Yeah, I'm gonna go a little crazy here. Marushka's gonna build a hearth. Watchman's gonna build fireplace. I think that's fine. Take a Reed. Little Prince round 4, Stable Deliveryman round 5. Take some wood, play axe. It's the game plan. AQ takes 3 wood. I guess I could take 4 clay if Watchman doesn't, but I imagine Marushka's taking the 4 clay here. Sadly, I think I might be taking 2 wood. I just don't really have time for other options. Marushka fishes. I think I do want to speed up Furrier. And just accept that my axe is coming in a bit later than I'd like. I think AQW and Field Watchman are both going to get rooms before me no matter what. Oh, this is not great. Landing net for Field Watchman. That was the first pick. That was a bad pack. I got Stone Card out of that one. Reedstone, food. So I didn't end up getting Furrier forced out. How sad. AQ takes Reed. Kind of interesting. Four wood and sow is a really nice round for Marushka, if that's the choice. I will take 4 wood over Ock. And I think I would play Stable Deliveryman first. Berry Farmer might be better. Marushka's probably sowing. AQ and Watchman. Watchman's building and AQ I don't really know. Could Marushka have something like Dormer to save Reed on a room? AQ takes 3 wood. That's too bad. It's really not how I wanted this to go. I can start axe, take 3 wood with food, and have AQ build. and play stable deliveryman. It's really not a great sequence. AQ, there was some no-walk stuff. I could also build a hearth. I could have just sacrificed Furrier. That might have been the better option, but there's a lot of food in this game already. Yeah. Why am I married to playing stable deliveryman? I probably shouldn't be. Watchman plays Ranch Overseer? Okay, so I'm not ocking this round. I think I'm just buying the hearth. There's 5 freaking sheep out there. What is going on with that? AQ takes Reedstone. If I build, then Watchmen start players, and I do get to grow in round 7 if growth flips 6. But this way, I should be able to feed my whole family all game. Yeah, this is a reason for Oxgull Horse to be bad, but at the same time, I don't think I care enough right now. Field Watchman does an unnecessary start player for Art Shop. Yeah, I mean, with Sheep round 1, at this point I have to take the Hearth and say goodbye to Furrier. It's just too ridiculous not to. So Art Shop maxes at 4 points. It's like a mini hoarder. Or it is basically hoarder, I guess. Also, I'm not convinced that Hearth will actually slow down Furrier with how slow it's already been. The feeding plans have not been initiated yet. This is, this is something. I could spend next round trying to... I could take 6 sheep, 6 food next round, and that would be strong. Marushka is plowing, it looks like, to get one last hill farmer in round 7. And we do get growth in round 7 here, which is actually pretty good for me here, I think. Yeah, I mean, and I have downsizing coming in. I think my game is going well. Field Watchman plays Lean Too Stable. You know what I could do? If AQ and Marushka don't take the 6 food traveling, I would do that first and then sheep second. Make feeding a little tougher for everyone else. Then I've fed my big family for like 3 stages in this round when I'm just waiting for the growth queue. No, AQ sweeps in for it. That's good. So, let's see. Marushka's sewing. So I actually could save third growth by taking start player's second move here. What am I talking about? Start player's already taken. I think the two... Wait. Two food versus a wood when I'm taking 6 sheep second action. AQ leading off his ox with, or their ox with best friend. Good old car alarm in the background. I've had my fan running on low right here, and I hope that's not too distracting. Otherwise, it might be just too hot here for me. Marushka is taking clay. Do I take 1 room, 2 stables here? Weird. JFT7H? I mean, I like floating sheep a lot. This is kind of silly. Okay, I play a lot of AG2. Yes, I do. Does the new Uve structure result in easy feeding? Yeah. You do probably want to prioritize your feeding method a bit earlier, but if you can get your hearth with like a strong vegetable or animal card, or if you can get an oven with a bunch of grain support, then your feeding plan is done in AG2. So yes, that's one of the keys to success in AG2 is getting your feeding card ASAP. Is this record number of sheep? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. 5 sheep with Sunday, yeah. Pelican, that's a good enough free card here. Field Watchman going for the Basket Maker's Workshop. It's going to be very good for him. Four boar, 3 cow. Yeah, that's about the max I would ever imagine those at. I mean, Stockbroker might create exceptions. So Marushka gets the 6 wood here. Or can build. I would imagine take 6 wood and sow. That's a good set of actions. I'm going to be grabbing the 7 sheep first. I'm gonna get something good back second. This board is good. Even just a knock is plenty fine for me. Channel credit 50 to make me take 2 clay here? No. Choose my move is not an option for all the reasons. Whoops. Okay, so how does this work? And then play Little Prince second action, almost no matter what. I'm up to 14 food. No, I mean, I think it's clear how it works. I just have never played it. AQ plays Field Worker here. Field Watchman got the 6 wood. Yeah, that was kind of silly. This seems a bit early to play Field Worker compared to taking 4 wood. Rate it. In terms of strength? Forest Farmer? It doesn't have a cost. It might be better than Forest Farmer. It's probably better than Forest Farmer. In terms of design, I mean, I'm a fan of farming, so I would use this. It's mostly good to, like, put plow pressure on. Alright, so what happened here? Marushka built a room. So I'm gonna get 5 wood. What do I take here? A reed? Yeah. Well, it blocks plow. Yeah, and there are silly combos with it, as Lowman points out. AQ leads off with Night Bazaar, so the wood stacks are down to 4. This berry farmer's really not doing much, huh? Should have played Stable Deliveryman. Should have played Stable Deliveryman. We would definitely have 2 stables by now. Oh well, take wood, build more rooms. 4 wood. Oh, did Night Bazaar not take wood off? 5 wood? Yeah, it took 1 clay, 1 stone. Marushka starts with Avalanche. Yeah, I think this is too strong. I mean, this is just Camembert with stone instead of food. Changing food to stone on a 4.5 power rock is probably not a great idea in terms of strength. Like, removing the point will still make this a 4 power miner. Honestly, I think 1 stone and it's still fine. So I need to start next round. Probably with downsizing. AQ with Cheapskate here, coming in from 0 to 4 ox real fast. I'm really surprised that it's possible Marushka wants like 2 veg fields or 3 grain fields. Bad at elementary school math, huh? AQ's not playing Cheapskate. Marushka bakes 1. Trellis is definitely possible. I did 3 wood. There wasn't really much else on the board for me. Oh, and Burger Flipper comes out. Flipping makes AQ a bit sad because he was planning on big worm baits. That's a good question, Quarry Dust. I don't think that's ever been asked. And Pumpkin Trellis has been around for years as a card here. Ah, Flat Hill. It's probably not too early to play downsizing. I could play Farm Overseer or take Reedstone or take 3 Reed as the second action here. That was designed by Mr. Thematic, like Oxmond. Oh, Man in Tights. I mean, I have no problem with people pointing out theme issues. I think it's a good thing to point out that kind of thing. Cabbage Lover. Now that's a good card for Marushka. This comes with a stone. Marushka not taking the stone himself. Oh, that must be the miscalculation. 3 stone is very tempting, but not quite good enough, I think. Three wood, 3 reed, reedstone food, reedstone Ock. I don't need to build 3 rooms. I actually want to build 2 rooms and then downsize. Though this downsizing is going to come in pretty late. Field Watchman takes the reed. Comes with 2 food. Well, that's what I thought was going to happen, Donba. Because Wormbait goes down if you don't. But I guess 5 clay is definitely a defensible action. Field Watchman 4 clay, okay. Yeah, and AQ is going to fish anyway, so it looks like Plow with 2 food was probably going to be pretty efficient. Okay, so there's 6 wood, 4 stone, and I have to grow. I could have played Stonecart last round, but I think I'm fine just playing Horse. Mars question. Turmoil does add a bunch of fidgeting. I'm finally starting to get like the real hang of Turmoil, I think, after 10, 15 Turmoil games. Like, it's a bit tough to really get the hang of, like, when you want to do things in the Turmoil world. Field Watchman did get another 6 wood action, by the way. Just 1 round after. It's hard to stop that from the first grower. It is a lot of fidgeting. That was a mistake. Block build. AQ can start either way. But AQ plays Cheapskate. I could start player, or I could take a pile of things. That's true, Donba. And I'm gonna have a hard time passing up 4 stone, I gotta say. So, with the Oven Admirer, do I think AQ can feed? Needs a grain to be able to trigger Field Worker. Yeah, 6 wood is rarely a mistake. After you get your first room, pretty good stuff. The animals looking like this, being able to fence with this next move. Whoops. Do I build out my stables here? I'm gonna go with yes. Whoopsies, Stomba. You've been terminated, apparently. I would have expected Cornrick from Marushka. I probably would have played the Hill Farmer, Cabbage Lover, Hobby Farmer line differently, but, I mean, you can't really argue with Marushka when Marushka has a plan. It's probably a good one. So Field Watchman does fence. Not very surprisingly. Oh, Kapow times 3? Huh. I'll have to look at that. AQ starts with chocolate. Okay. So I won't be able to fence until round 13, but I want the 2 cows next round. I do think I get them. So I cows wood ox team. Oh yeah, I mean, this is not the playstyle. Well, you really need to have a 5-room stone house in this kind of playstyle. Field Watchman playing the Path on Reno. Actually, no. Yeah, Basket Maker's Workshop makes a lot of sense. I mean, Field Watchman's gonna get like 3 boar and or 4 sheep, which is silly. Art Shop is done. Yeah. 5-point Art Shop. It probably doesn't need the point on it. Chris made it. Oh, Wealthy Woman for Marushka. Okay. I mean, 2 sheep, or 2 cows plus wood plus ox team is definitely the main idea. Marushka getting 5 points on Wealthy Woman's very good. And then eats cabbages of veg to get one more Trailblaze. I would expect Marushka to take the 3 pigs first. Unless he really wants to defend Ox Team, which, I mean, well within your right to do that. The pelican is literally eating worms, yeah. Great theme we have going on here. Casual 5 stone on this board? Anyone? Anyone? I may take the 5 stone if the 2 cows get taken. Sugarcane on start for Marushka, so I get the cows. Lord knows who's taking this 5 stone. That's ridiculous. Tunnel when I need it, yeah. Farm Steward or Country Doctor for Marushka would be deadly, though I don't think I saw a Hill, Hobby, or Cabbage, so. AQ Field Workers on Plow Space. So I get one of the wood actions. I'm going to go for Ox Team until I can't. Though that's kind of likely with 5 stone as an action. Major's likely to be gone. Though the wood supply is getting a bit short. Well, then I get one less field, but yeah, one less field probably isn't a big deal, especially when I'm growing next round for sure. Yeah, I think, Donba, you're right. I should take the stone here. It really makes sure I get to Reno to stone, and I can have 2 stone for something else. Yeah, I think losing a field on Ox Team is okay. I might just be plowing 3 fields this game anyway. I don't lose food because Overseer only... It doesn't do per field. Yeah, and Improvement was likely getting taken anyway. Fireplace, so I will take a cow, I think. I'm not actually sure I'll play Ox Skull, given that Ranch Overseer's in the game. Marushka takes Reedstone. Most cattle points. So, I mean, yeah, max cow is 7 points. Kinda gotta deal with that, I think. Alright, so we're up to 6 food on berries. Yeah, I might have misspoken. You're right. And horse can be for boar still. I can have one more cow to 3 grain. Yes, Lowmans. That is known as power creep, right? The Donbanator. Plowso flips here, which is, let's say, not what Marushka wanted. Barry is a much better mushroom collector in every scenario. Yeah, almost every scenario. Veg or plow is fine as a last action here. Marushka's cabbages are really nice. Oh, 3 reed is actually... 6 clay or reed is probably the right take. Yeah, low man. 6 clay. 4 clay next round is barely okay. I could take 1 more clay action somewhere, or even play Cloister Brewer. But yes, I do need 2 Renos in the last 2 rounds, which is a little dangerous here. I'm going to be down at 5 wood after Ox Team. Taking 3 wood 1 more time, probably pretty doable. Yeah, I mean, I could family growth pretty early in round 13 to make it happen. I probably want to do something like that. I need to remove that cow. Second action? I mean, I might just first action family growth. It's really not the worst thing. Definitely just plow. Well, no. No, I don't have enough stone for that. Or wood. It costs the wrong stuff. Marushka starts with Town Hall. That is what I like to see. You see no tempo for Render to Stone? I mean, I'm definitely behind on it. No doubt about that. That doesn't mean it can't happen. I'm going to have the most actions, except for AQ, but AQ has food trouble still. Like, doesn't have a grain to activate Field Worker, and has been baking. A cheer for start player taken by right-hand opponent, yeah. Field Watchman's just flipping for food here. What is that one? AQ fencing 7. Saving 2 wood for something? Yellow card, okay. Yeah, 4 times in a row, that's a red card. Pain! Excuse me. Ox team. Alright, Watchman took the 3 read, which is too bad for us, but that's fine. Okay, so we grow, we fence, we take Reedstone, and we Reno. That's a perfect round. Try to aim for the imperfect rounds? Hey now. I'll aim for whatever I want. Oh, I don't have one more cow to 3 grain. Pottery? Yeah. I mean, it's what fits with my resources. I don't want to stretch too much. AQ plays Costermonger's Barrow. Good thing that didn't go back to Marushka. Yeesh. And I really need to take that cow off the board. Old Crafter? Yeah, I mean, Old Crafter would save me actions here for sure. I think Marushka took it off for me. Creating cards to help your own playstyle. Nice. Might be worth skipping growth. But then I lose value for downsizing. I mean, autocorrect is always a pain. Never trust autocorrect. Field Watchman takes Plowsow. AQ probably plows here. Maybe you guys could just follow the rules and do things the normal way and you'd be fine. Alright, let's see if Marushka lets me fence here. Yes, indeed. Yeah, no reason to do any other orientation here. They're made to be broken. You and me don't see the world the same, Rilo. You see that now? Wait for Constable into round 14. Who's gonna play it? Field Watchman? AQ? I already know Marushka's Ox. Is AQ gonna find renovation resources? No, Field Watchman might, though. Marushka plays Night Bazaar. I mean, I'm short wood for well. I do need to take Reedstone Food with one of these actions, and I could just take one Reed with the second one. Marushka takes Claywood. I could Cloister Brew, yes. I had been considering it. I could also Sow Bake, which is honestly pretty close to the same. Also, 2 Sheep is okay. Veg is not around. SP Bazaar? Yeah. I'm putting lower priority on it just because. But yes. For Reed Wood into Reno Pottery and then Reno Fence. One of the Renos is safe now. Field Watchman needs to take 3 stone here. Start player and then 3 stone next round is also viable. Yeah, it looks like Pottery's probably going to be better, but I'm not completely sure. It'll also make my fences look a lot better, but... What is this one? Ah. Ooh, Basin Maker's Son. So I barely have enough food. Very tempted for the 2 sheep here. It's 1.2 food or 6 food. That's probably not good enough. Probably not good enough, let's say. Sow Bake is better. What is better than Start Player Bazaar? Not much. I'm not going last next round. Yeah, it's too handy. Yeah, Reno has to be the first move. And if someone buys a cooking improvement, That would have to be Field Watchman, I guess. Gray coming in with the logic of being same points and more food. Well, it's actually one more point than that because I get to eat a 9th grain. And Field Watchman could just take the stone for well instead of Reno. Yeah, you're right, Gray. I didn't calculate that. Good old Lumin could calculate, but doesn't. Lazy brain. I do have to say, my typical streaming time is not great for my optimal thinking. Yeah, Reno well works. Watchman does grow, though. You're imagining fun things, Danba. Let's see. Reno, veg, food, or clay? Well, might be better than pottery. It is less actions. In my head, I still didn't have enough stone for that because I forgot I took reed stone and night bazaar instead of like 2 or 3 reed. Yeah, this is a nuts round. Well's a lot safer. I do have assorted 1 to 2 point moves either way, so I don't need to want a pottery for clay take. Yeah, wood is a 3 point. Yeah, 2 point move. Field Watchman playing Barn Master. Okay. How is he fitting all these animals? Oh, there's a stable there. Okay. Not getting cattle bonus either way? I'm getting a cattle bonus. It's not most cattle, it's most cattle points. It's going to be hard to get more than 4 cattle points. So I do have to take food in some form. Marushka took a boar. Do this because Watchman could take 3 stone. Well, no, there's out of actions. I missed that. Should have taken veg or 4 food. AQ plays the pottery. Yeah, fair. I guess I just take 4 food or a cow instead of a veg. Ends up being the same. Max cows or 0 cows? I get 3 points for it either way. The difference is the 4 points of cows. Now, the real question for this last move is what's the most aesthetic way to fence and what's the least aesthetic way, and which one of those should I do? I think I'm on Team Donba here instead of Team Enwall about the 4 wood ox. You just have games where there's a lot of something, right? Why should 4 wood bonuses be a different kind of something? It's just like part of Agricola, right? You have the 4 wood cards. So some games have more, some games have less. Oh, okay. Well, that's a point. Well, because I can. I'm right around 50 also, I think. Y'all. Should have taken the veg. Should have taken the veg. Forgot about this thing. Oh, well, that was a fun game either way. I mean, yeah, I think negative 4 wood ox are good. I think Humble Farm Boy is a great design, actually. Yeah, the most things is sometimes annoying. In stuff like low categories, I think it's not great. I think Grain Lover is good because you want a lot of grain anyway, and yeah, Grain Lover, sorry, finish the point. Grain Lover has most for a big category already. Elder is a big category also, and Grain Lover only offers 2 points. So I think Grain Lover is a much less offensive design than Pickler. Pickler is a funny idea. Victory points that scales, like the Drudgery Reeve. Well, there's only those 2 of those. There haven't been more. Drudgery Reeve is fine because it's just a trap. The guilds don't actually count towards Drudgery Reeve. I haven't understood that rule necessarily, but it's starting to make more sense. The answer is always food. I think Animal Reeve from AG2 might be a bit too swingy. 5 VP for a set of 4 of each animal. I mean, Avalanche in terms of theme has to be 3 stone, but maybe like Rock Slide is a better theme for that. But I mean, that's not even a good thing. Rock Import or something like that. Be fair to Pickler, Elder, yes. But Elder is for like a category where people play like minimum 4 or 5 improvements. Veg is a category where, you know, sometimes you get 0 or 1. Yes, and minors have a cap, so it can be a race for majors, which is also okay. Pickler does get silly, right? Like a gardener with a hobby farmer. How are you going to beat that? You know, it's like 8 versus 7 vegetables. Which at some point is actually good for the game because you're making people waste effort on things that don't actually net them points. So it getting silly is like a strategic... could be construed as a strategic benefit to having Pickler around. Like, you force more strategy. Do you keep racing for Pickler, or do you actually go to keep improving your farm instead of trying to race off for 3 points? Yeah, I think Animal Reef being like 1-2-4 could have been better than 1-3-5. But yes, I think you're right about the design space. Well, this is actually a fun conversation, but I am going to sign off now, I think. Thank you all for hanging out. Really appreciate it. Making sure I don't do really dumb moves. Yeah. Anyway, tomorrow might not be an Agricola stream, but if not, it will be a Terra Mystica stream. Actually, the Terra Mystica stream's happening no matter what. I just don't know if there's an Agricola one happening before. So I'll announce that in the Discord channel, I guess. So yeah, get excited for that. That's happening tomorrow. But for today, take care, everyone. Hope you all enjoy your Thursday. Oh boy. Okay, so here's the thing about Chinese. I can speak it fluently. I cannot read it. So, and I can type it fluently in Pinyin, which is just like the written version of it, but this is how I do this. Nice stream. 不错的流. Okay, yeah, great. Liu is like flowing water though, so maybe it's not quite the right thing. Alright, well, yeah, thanks all. Glad it was an enjoyable one today. Take care.